Yo, what's up, y'all? This the God Original. That shit is hot, son live. Yeah, I just wanted to update you guys, keep you updated. As far as I'm updated, I just got something in regard to um KRS-One. He seemed to have left a piece, a writing, um, I guess to clarify his interview he had with Nori. I guess the responses were like overwhelming, and he felt he had to address it. I kind of figured he would address it. I don't think there's any way he could ignore it, especially if what he said apparently wasn't clear. So I mean, he wrote something here. I'm gonna read it to you guys, um, just so you know exactly. Well, let me say this as well. I'm not 100% sure this is KRS-One. It's just titled "Keep the Focus and Ignore the Haters" Part One by KRS-One. It sounds like something he would say or something on behalf of KRS-One. So I mean, you guys listen to it. You guys can judge for yourself. I'm not, it is what it is. I have just arrived in Barcelona. Sorry for the delay. In response to the responses and comments I made after my interview with Nori, I am taking this time to clarify some of my statements to those that seem to be confused about my remarks regarding the controversy surrounding Africa Bambaataa. One headline that I read stated, KRS-One doesn't care if Africa Bambaataa molested kids. Wow, really? Fortunately, anyone can go to the audio and or video of my entire interview with Nori and see for themselves just how irresponsible such headlines are. It seems that people will say anything these days to draw attention to their site. I am indeed concerned about the accusations made against Africa Bambaataa, but I will not become entangled in a controversy that seems to be less about justice and more about self-promotion and revenge. Of course, I care if a young person is being abused or even neglected. My entire life is based upon protection and further development of young people. I teach and inspire young people every day. But as you can see, irresponsible headlines like KRS-One doesn't care if Africa Bambaataa molested kids and trying to turn a funny song I did years ago into some kind of question regarding my character is precisely the type of sensationalist gossip which I really don't give a fuck about. Let's have a focus and ignore these haters. That song was 13 and Good. He made that, a while ago, and it kind of like said that he met a girl and she was 13 years old and he smashed and it was good. But then the father wanted to get with him. Father wanted to get with him sexually, but he didn't have it. I think he ended up smoking the father or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, the 13-year-old was good to him or whatever. That was the gist of the song. It was a joke or whatever. It's a weird joke, very weird. Now that you're older, you look at it in light of this whole situation. It's pretty fucking weird. But anyway, I said then as I am saying now, it is not that I don't care about all the accusations made against Africa Bambaataa. I am saddened at the whole controversy and how it's being handled. It is not that I don't care, it is more the fact that I don't gossip and I don't take sides in real disputes that don't concern me. I don't slander people's name and I don't believe in abandoning your friends when they may be accused of crimes or make mistakes in life. What is so confusing about that? My position is clear. At this moment, all I'm seeing and hearing regarding Africa Bambaataa is gossip and sensationalism. And like I've already said, I really don't give a fuck about all that. I don't apply my mind to gossip and slander. Slandering the accused for the sake of slander is not justice, nor is it the seeking of justice. I would like to see justice and healing for both the accuser as well as the accused. But continuous slander and disrespect are not healing anyone or even correcting the situation. Disrespect and slander is never an indicator that true justice is being sought. Disrespect and outright slander proves personal vendettas and revenge against the slandered. I don't partake in such immaturity, nor am I naive to political setups and character assassinations. So I wonder what he considers as slander in these situations. What does he consider slander? I mean he stands strong that these allegations aren't true. I guess that's his position on the matter, that these are not true and these guys are just making this up and they're just hating. He's entitled to that. I give him that. I ain't mad at him for that. Instead of using one mind and time to gossip about Africa and Bambaataa, I think we should look closely at what it means to hate. There is no forgiveness, justice, or healing on any level when hate is involved. Hate is also a federal crime, as well as a spiritual disease. There's no victory with hate, and hate is what's leading the charge against Africa Bambaataa, not justice or even healing or reconciliation. Only love conquers all, and within the character of love is forgiveness and healing. So here he's talking about forgiveness. Now, I mean, he's losing me. It's like first it's slander and then it's forgiveness. I guess he's not sure. He's not sure whether, but at the end of the day, we should forgive. If there's been any wrongdoing, we should be ready to be forgiving. But I mean, there's a process. There's a process that before forgiving, you have to address the situation. You have to deal with it. There has to be justice. And then maybe you can consider forgiving, but we just don't jump right into the forgiveness stages. I mean, that's not how I've never been taught like that. Well, like that. I don't know if that's how, But anyway, this is what is needed at this time. Hate reveals itself for what it really is, evil. It cannot see clearly, so it expresses itself at every turn. And those that truly love can see it. Hate is indeed self-destructive, and this is what real hip-hop must avoid at all costs. Only love sees clearly. Only love is consistent because only love is unconditional. Love shows us the full life of the accused, not just the accusations brought against the accused. So in closing, I would like to ask you not expect KRS-One to seriously lend his mind to such sensational issues when there are larger and frankly more serious issues concerning the future and global existence of hip-hop. Issues pertaining to the correct documentation and updating of hip-hop's global history, the colonization of hip-hop by the university system, hip-hop and healthcare, hip-hop and education, hip-hop and urban policing, hip-hop's relationship with the White House. Hip-hop recognizes American-born culture with federal protection and its own tax benefits, more touring and recording opportunities for our youth, our hip-hop city, and so on. These are the things that serious hip-hop scholars and artists, journalists are discussing. And by the way, Nori and I did discuss other issues pertaining to songwriting and my present battle with MC Shan. To police misconduct and creating a hip-hop currency, but for some reason the controversy surrounding Africa Bambaataa is what our entire conversation has been reduced to, with deliberately disrespectful statements like KRS-One doesn't care if Africa Bambaataa molested kids as the main focus of our interview. This whole thing is childish and immature, and this is precisely why our community remains in the powerless state we find within today. Am I the only one that sees this? I think it's time we grew up. Now, I don't know. I think his response, that's not the end of it, but I think his response at the time could have been a little more responsible. If it was a little more responsible, if he would have left out the I don't give a fuck. The victims have to deal with it. Um um I hang out with a lot of questionable people that have warrants and this and that and try to compare sexual molestation to these other crimes and then at the end sum it up with that's my man. I don't think this whole thing would have blown up like it did. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think he should hold himself a little bit more accountable for the response that interview got. It's not so many people gonna respond the way they did, um, unless he contributed to. Because I mean, he could have just simply said, "Hey, the facts aren't out, and I really have nothing to say about it," and that would have been the end of it. There couldn't have been anybody couldn't even said anything. But he went on to give his opinion. I mean, Nori even gave him an out. Nori was like, "We don't even have all the facts," and then he was like, "No, no, no. But wait, even if we did have all the facts," then he went on to his whole questionable people and all that. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you just can't knock what people's perception. That's just what people think. Serious students and apprentices of our culture can review paragraphs 20 through 29 of the 11th outstanding overstanding of the gospel of hip hop, pages 470 and 471, for further insight on this matter. During Hip Hop Appreciation Week, May 16th to the 22nd of 2016, I will also be releasing a special instructional video entitled An Introduction to Hip Hop for those interested in upgrading their teaching of hip hop. Go to KRS-One.com for viewing. And of course, check out my new music project, Now Hear This, with 2 bonus tracks also available on KRS-One.com. This is what's important, not gossip and slander with no attempt at real justice. Instead of seriously tearing each other down, let's consider seriously building each other up. Guard your soul, seek peace always. Well, that's it. I mean, that's KRS's take on it. That's what he feels about the matter. I really don't have much to say about that. I mean, if that's KRS and that's how he feels about it, fine. You know, I mean, it definitely sounds a little more well thought out than that interview, because I mean, it sounds like he just freestyled that interview, and KRS is not that good on the freestyle. Not, at least not anymore. I don't know about back in the days. People was just, he was just writing this shit back then, but this sounds a lot, I can wrap my mind around this as opposed to that other stuff he said. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel. That shit is how it's alive. Check out the website. That shit is how it's alive.com. Follow me on Twitter, the 7 Original, Facebook. You know the whole thing, Instagram, the whole thing. All right, y'all. Peace.